And this time we're going to work with a couple of new items for this solid model, and using Creo Parametric 6.0. We're going to use revolve features and tools such as twist and warp to create this curve here or bend. So let's start on that. Okay, so we have all this specification. This is chapter 7 tutorial 2. So we're going to go to Creo Parametric, and that is those are the main menu to begin with, and then we're going to look at the first thing to do is to create a new and then say chapter 7 tutorial 2. Okay, so now since we already have tutorial 2, I'm going to call it A. All right, so we have 3 planes of projections. We're going to use revolve, and then we click on the front datum plane. We'll go to sketch view, remove all these filters. Okay, all right, so don't forget to put the axis of revolution, or I call it axis for revolve feature, center line. Okay, we're going to put it on the y-axis. Then we're going to create a line chain. Since we're going to do revolve for circular base, automatically is going to give us the diameter. Okay, so that diameter is 140. And then we go from there, from the end of this line, we go up. The measurement here, the height is 10. Next, we're going to create a horizontal line. Just please make sure that it doesn't go equal, okay? You don't want this equal because it's not. So we don't want that constraint, equal constraint. So we're going to stop somewhere there. And when you double click on the middle mouse button, it's going to give you this temporary weak dimension. So you're going to replace it with actual dimension, which is 120. All right, then we go up from this end here. We go up. Again, watch for the constraint called equal. So we don't need equal at this point. Okay, we're going to give the height of 5. Then we're going to go to this here again, not equal. Okay, stay away from equal. And this time we're going to have 110. So I'm going to have 110. Then the height, this should be equal to this height, okay, to this height. So we can just say equal is fine. All right, so, and that is correct. And this one should be 90, okay. We're going to double click on that, a weak dimension, we say 90. All right, so this is this dimension. Let's organize the dimension and stagger it a little bit so we know where we are at, okay? Always organize your dimension. Let me just close this here, and you hold the shift and middle click, you can relocate your sketch, right? So if for some reason you forgot to press the shift button on the keyboard and you hold the middle click and you see that your sketch is going to just flip. So no need to worry, just click on the sketch view. It's going to bring it back to the original position, which is the line of sight is perpendicular to the frontal datum plane. So no problem. So then we go up from here, an arbitrary distance for time being, and we're going to give a dimension from the end of that line all the way to the base. That should be about 95, okay? 95. And all right, so let's just bring down this a little bit so we can see it. Then we can just connect this to here and back to origin, okay? When you see the pink shade, that means your sketch is fully defined. Everything is good to go. No weak dimensions. We wanted to stay away from the light blue dimension. So you want to convert everything to a strong dimension, okay? This is a dark blue. Light blue is a weak dimension. So there's no flaws, no problem here. So that's a perfect sketch. And then we click on OK. Since it's a revolve, it's going to give us this 360-degree revolution or rotation. So it says 360, and we are happy with that. We're going to say check. All right, next we're going to use shell to remove the materials from here. So we click on this surface, and then we go to the command called shell, and then we give a thickness of 8. Okay, we're going to give a thickness of 8. Okay, beautiful. So that's what we see here, and that's what we have. All right, so and then we say check. Next, we're going to create a half of the cylinder on this. What do we call that? On this surface. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go to. I'm going to click on extrude. Click on this surface here, and then we say sketch view. All right. So let me just zoom a little bit. I'm going to create a maybe a center line somewhere here. All right, so we can just have a center line. So we're gonna put a circle on that intersection. All right, so and the radius should be let me change the shade to no shade so you can see it better. Okay, so we can just click on that circumference and we say the radius is 3. Now we're gonna remove half of the circle. Okay, so we're gonna remove this. Oops, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, all right, so I'm going to use the reference. Okay, I'm going to have a reference in here, and then we say solve close. So now that we have the reference, it should stay. Okay, yeah, perfect. So we have everything under control, and then we're going to go back to shade, and now we're going to check and see the arrow is upwards. We want to go downwards, so we just reverse the arrow, and then we're going to go to depth to intersect. I think you use this extrude up to the next surface. All right, so up to this surface. So that's the next surface. So we have that half of the cylinder attached to this wall of this cylindrical shape. And then we say we are happy. Okay, now that this is highlighted, we're going to use the feature or the command or icon called pattern. We're going to have a circular pattern of this shape, this items that is already highlighted green. So we're going to click on pattern, but don't forget to go back to the datum display filter. Only turn on the axis. Okay, you turn on that axis, then we're going to go to dimension and click on axis. Click on this axis here. Enter 8 of those. 8, and 360 divided by 8 is 45. So we're going to put 45. Therefore, we're going to have 8 of those cylinder equal spacing. Okay, equal spacing. Fantastic. So far so good. It looks good. Then we're going to give a, we have a edge here, which is a sharp. We're going to give a fillet radius or round of 5 units. All right, so we're going to go to a round, and then we have the in this box we're going to enter 5. It's already by default. I mean, since I've used it before, so it says 5, so no problem. So we're going to go 3 places. This is 1, this is 2. Oops, let me just undo. Okay, so you make sure you click on the edge. Okay, edge, and then you click on this edge as well. So you have 3 places, and then you say I'm happy, and you just go from there. All right, so that's what we have. The next part is a little bit tedious. We need to make this cylindrical shape using, we want to twist that. Okay, we want to twist using the warp. So if we go to editing, under editing, we click on warp, not wrap. Okay, not wrap. It looks the same, but this is WARP, this is WRAP. So we're gonna click on warp. All right, warp. And before you continue, if you might forget that the plane has to be displayed. Okay, plane has to be displayed, especially because it's going to ask us to click on top. It's going to ask us to click on the top datum plane. Okay, so let me see, where is the top? Okay, that's the top datum plane. No problem. All right, so now we're going to click on, see if I look at that, and then I'm going to click on reference, and then I'm going to go in the direction here, okay, solid geometry, and then click on the direction. We're going to click on the datum plane here, and then we click on twist. Okay, that's a twist, and now we have to give it angle. The textbook, it says 50. I think it's supposed to be around 70 degrees. It's up to you. Okay, this is just optional. If you want to have a twist, a little bit, just a more angle, you go 70. You can just use 50 if it says 50. It's just a less angle. But I think I'm used to this assignment before, and I've done it before, so I will go with 70. That looks better. All right, so we are done, and everything is good to go, and you can color that if you want. You go to view, and then the appearances. Let me see if I put, maybe select that color. All right, so, and then if I pick this here for the top, okay, and then all the control if you want to just simultaneously select several surfaces, okay. So that's what we have, and then if you wanted to use maybe green, we're going to have one control, okay, 2, 3, 4. Then we hold the control down if you wanted to select multiple entities or items. Okay, then I think I selected everything I needed, so that's what we have. Okay, so this is the final solid models, and hope you could follow this, and you can just practice a few times. If you make mistakes, you just start all over again, and I think this is a final product. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, creating these solid models using Creo Parametric. All right.